I'm quitting my job to spend a year in Asia, and that means I need to save an extra $1,000 every month or I won't be able to make my dream come true. So last month I tried 4 new strategies to make that happen, and in this video I will show you exactly what I did, how much I saved, and how you can easily apply these same tips without giving up what you love. And you will see some of these are a lot easier than you would expect. But before actually starting to save, I had to do something important. And I can definitely say that without that, nothing would have worked. Because it wasn't the first time I set myself a difficult objective, but I would often fail. So I started doing the same I did and that most people do for losing weight. Statistically, you are more likely to lose weight if you regularly weigh yourself. This is because it helps you keep track of where you're going. It tells you if the exercise you're doing and the diet that you're following are showing results. And imagine now you weigh yourself one day and you see you're doing even better than the target you gave yourself. You would be super happy, right? Well, that's exactly the same with saving money. This is why the first thing I did was to start tracking all the savings I was doing to know if I was doing right and to keep myself motivated. And I can already tell you it simplified everything. And to do so, I just used a Google Sheet where I tracked every single penny I saved. It couldn't be easier. And that's why this is the first thing you should also do. Unless you have a system to track your savings, you will never be able to see your progress and stay motivated. But at this point, I really needed to start saving money. And that's why I started with what I thought would have the biggest impact on my savings. I never tried this before, but I was sure it would generate me hundreds of dollars. And it was actually extremely easy. You could also start doing that as soon as you finish watching this video. So I took my phone, started making pictures, checked on the internet the value, and put everything on Marketplace. Because yes, I started selling my old things. I put on sale my old car games, I put some furniture I had in the basement, some decoration, and even some clothes and shoes. I started putting on sale anything I wasn't using anymore and I didn't care for. And well, you can't even imagine how many things I had forgotten I owned. So little by little I've been selling all of this stuff, and in just the first month I've already earned $432, which is just amazing. And I still have a lot of stuff to sell. Sure, I can sell stuff forever, but it's a good habit that I will continue and it will bring me a lot of extra money. And so with minimal effort, you can easily start to save hundreds of dollars every month without compromising anything in your life, just by selling things you don't need anymore. But that's not enough. I can't sell every month stuff for $1,000 only with things I don't need anymore. And probably it's the same for you. That's what led me to the second strategy I used. And this is actually the one I liked the most. You know, humans tend to always look at what they could have rather than appreciate what they already have. You might look forward to meeting new friends, but you forget about those you already have. And I did the same with traveling. Over the last years, I've always been traveling to visit the world because that's one of my greatest passions. But this meant I forgot I could just spend some time in my country. But now, wanting to save money, I realized that I don't have to spend a lot of money in activities or travel to have fun during my free time. There are tons of things you can do for free or very little money. In my case, I started visiting my country by car instead of taking a 2-hour flight every weekend. I started having picnics outside during summer instead of going to the restaurants. And honestly, in the beginning I thought this would be a big compromise. In the end, it wasn't at all. I definitely enjoyed doing all these different things I wasn't used to, and in the end, just thanks to that, I managed to save $356. So by considering alternatives to the expensive activities you usually do, you can also discover cheap or even free alternatives. And as me, not only you will save a lot of money, but you will also have a lot of fun. And by the way, if you're finding these tips helpful and want to keep learning how to improve your finances, hit the subscribe button and never miss a strategy to grow your money. Okay, I was reaching my objective. These first 2 strategies were doing really well, but they can vary over the month. I also needed something more stable. And this third strategy actually blew my mind by doing so. When I first discovered about that, I really was shocked. I was like, I can save that much more? You know the feeling of when you think you know a subject well, and then you discover there is actually much more you don't know? Well, that's what happened to me. That's what happened with grocery shopping. Because I thought I knew how to do groceries while not spending a lot, but I discovered that supermarkets use extremely clever psychological tricks to make you spend more. Imagine that some big stores even got fined for that. For example, some use fake promotions and all stores use loyalty programs just to make you spend more. Then everything from the shopping cart product placement is cleverly adapted to manipulate you to spend more. In average, groceries cost you 30% more than what they should. So the easiest way to avoid these traps is just to use a shopping list and to understand these traps. And you can do so just by watching this video I dedicated to this subject, so that you will never overspend during groceries again. So by being careful about these tricks, I managed to spend $134 less over one single month while basically buying the same stuff I needed. And you can do the same very easily. Now, already with these first three strategies, I was almost at the objective. I was at $922, but I still had a fourth one to implement in my life. And to be honest, once done, it is basically automatic and saves me around $100 per month, which is great and made me reach my objective. But what is it? That's more like planting a tree. At first, it's small and takes time to grow, but with care and patience, it grows more and more. It becomes stronger and gives you fruit. That's the same as changing consumption habits. I used to go to the restaurant and eat as much as I could because I just love eating. But then at the end of dinner, I had to pay a heavy bill. And I could say the same for when I grab a beer with my friends. I'd always take more than I'd actually needed to be satisfied. I was always over-consuming. And this clearly led me to overspending. So I started ordering the correct amount at the restaurant. I started taking more time to drink my beer so that I wouldn't have to take 2 or even 3 to pass the time. So you can just start little by little to change your consumption habits. And those little changes will add up to make a huge difference in your savings. Sure, I had to think about not ordering too much in the beginning, but then just a couple of weeks after, it became a habit. And now I save money on automatic thanks to that. So by adapting a little bit your consumption habits, you can easily save hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars every year. And once you do that, it will last for your whole life. Now, this is how I started saving extra money every month to reach my goal, but it worked extremely well because of the money rules I follow in my life. So if you also want to succeed in saving extra money, check out this video where I break down the money rules you need to follow to become financially successful. Thanks for watching and see you soon.